Morning, gifted crafters. It's crafting time.
Me and my friends are having a great time. It's not face to face, it's all online. We're all in our homes, miles away. Love them like my family, what can I say? My crafting show is on, it's my time for me. Laughter, tips and tricks, this is what I need. We're here to have fun, we're all in the zone. When crafting with friends, you're never alone. Don't call or text me, it's about to begin. I've been patient, time for me to chime in. Comfy clothes on, feeling just fine. I'm busy right now. It's crafting show.
Live from the Sunshine State in Miami, Florida, here is the Gifted Crafters Morning Show with Nancy.
Let's have a good time. Ooh, time to get our craft on. Ooh, time to have fun. Ooh, time to feel good.
We're back again. Good morning, Gifted Crafters, and welcome back to the Gifted Crafters Morning Show. You can tell we are already having a morning. It's been nothing, just laughing all morning because anything that could go wrong was going wrong.
I'm supposed to have less stress, Nancy.
Oh my goodness. Good morning out there. If you can see me and hear me, please let me know in the chat just to make sure that everything is good on our ends now. We think we got all the gremlins out of the room, but boy, there were a ton of them and they were all just all over the place this morning. Good morning out there. Alrighty, if you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Nancy with GiftsHQ, and no, that is not how we start off our lives. But we've just been having a morning and it's live and anything can happen. So, you know, we just got to laugh it off and just keep on going, right? Yeah, You see me and hear me? Okay, great. Awesome. Okay. All right. Let's say a quick hello to those that I see out there. Let's see. Can we scroll it to the top? I'm not sure if we can. But that's okay. I'll start from... Okay, here we go. All right, good morning to Faker McFake from Louisiana. Good morning to Marge. Oh boy, 7 degrees in Wisconsin. Ouch, that's pretty cold. Barb from Central Illinois. There's our friends from Canada. Yay! So glad you guys can join us. Jenny Owens, good morning to you. Nancy from Boston, good morning to you. We've got Linda M here. Good morning to you. Lisa Lilly from Richmond, Illinois. Let's see. Yeah, the gremlins are just all over the place today, I'm telling you. All right, good morning to Cindy Ball, Doris, good morning. Melissa in East Texas, good morning. We've got Judy here, yay. Judy from Florida, yay. We've got Deborah from Virginia, JBL from Alabama. We've got, let's see, Flo and Heather Kaufman, yay. Flo's from North Carolina, Jaws Mom, that's Leslie B from Lake Ridge, Virginia. Good morning to you guys. Let's see, Lori from Snowy, Virginia. Melinda, good morning to you. Yvonne Hudson.
Yvonne Hudson.
Long time no see. Thanks for coming back. Hi, welcome. And she's from California. Let's see here. I don't know if I missed anyone. Good morning, Quilting with Harriet. Hey, how are you? Good morning to you, to Lori. Let's see, Evelyn, North Carolina, yay. 37 degrees. Yeah, it's pretty chilly all up north there. We are tuning in from South Florida. And today, let me see, what do we got for today? Today it is, how many degrees? Oh, 84 degrees is the high today, and a low is 65. So it may be a little bit of a stormy day, but you know, it's not as cold over there. So it's a little warm on our end here. Alrighty, good morning to Joyce Adams. Good morning to you, and Marie Johnson. Good morning. Alrighty, guys. Yeah, it's been a morning.
-3?
Oh, -3 in Michigan. Oh my gosh, Heather.
No.
I would just be crafting all day long. I would never leave my house. I don't know.
Shivers.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think you gave Mr. H some shivers. You gave me some goosebumps. Ouch. Maybe you won the prize for today.
Yeah, I wanted to do food truck, or maybe we should do the shack for her. I don't know. That's cold.
Yeah, she may need something a little bit warm there. Oh, -2 when you came to work, Lori. Oh gosh, how do you guys even leave the house? See, I'm getting goosebumps. Look at this. I'm getting goosebumps. Just the thought of it. Oh my goodness. Oh, Crafting with the Diamond, Shay. Hey, how are you? San Antonio, Texas. Yay, thanks for joining. Yeah, it's chilly there too. Yeah. Well, here it's gotten like a little bit humid out. Yesterday I was out with my mom pretty much the whole day. She had me everywhere. We put up the Christmas tree, got that done, started decorating a little bit. We were walking around the mall, and I did bring a little sweater because it was a little chilly in the morning, but by the time I got to my mom's house, I was sweating bullets and took the sweater off. Oh, -20 in Canada. Oh.
No.
Okay, I think you won it.
Yes, you won.
Wow. No, yeah, can't do that. No, but I was just all over the place. My mom had me everywhere. I literally came home and I was so exhausted. She can wear you out, man. I don't get it. The energy that my mom has is amazing. And she was just going from store to store to store to store. She is in the Christmas mood, and she was like wanting to knock out all the gifts and, you know, going everywhere. And it was just crazy, putting up the decorations. It was just a lot. We got a lot done. So she's going to be decorating the rest of this week. I left her with a lot of homework to do. We got the tree up, but I didn't want to decorate too much. That way she's kind of kept busy all week doing things. So she's got lots of decorating and things to put up, things that she can do on her own. that she doesn't need my help with. But we've got all the big stuff, all the lights outside, all of that stuff is done. So she is 100% Christmas mode, ready to go. She's way ahead of me. All right, I don't know how ahead you guys are on the Christmas, but yeah. I need to wear one of the knitted winter snow hats to make the northern viewers laugh. Yeah, right, Sydney? I think I just might do that. I have a couple of hats out there that I need to kind of pick up. I'm looking over to my yarn section here.
They're making me cold. Let's do a toast because I'm freezing over here.
You're freezing. Okay, Mr. H is freezing. He wants a toast, and I'm kind of getting hot. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my ice cold water, but just pretend that this is nice hot coffee for you guys, okay? All right, let's go ahead and do our toast. If you're tuning in for the first time, that's how I like to start off my channel. Let's give well wishes to all the people out there up north. They need a little bit of warmth. So a lot of love that we're going to pour over to them, and lots of nice hot chocolate, maybe some coffee, some tea, something nice and hot. I'm going to go ahead and pour you guys a cup. If you have one, go ahead and raise those glasses nice and high. Cheers to you guys staying nice and warm and toasty, hopefully by maybe a fireplace or just someplace warm. Get into those craft rooms, heat up that room, turn on those machines and keep yourself busy and stay nice and crafty. All right, guys, raise those glasses and go ahead and give yourself a little swivel here. Yeah, I see I see cheers coming in. Yeah, everyone's staying nice and warm. Yeah, definitely. All right, one more for me. Okay, had to get that last swivel in. I do a lot of talking and sometimes those little gremlins get into my throat, right? Okay, we're ready to go. So we've got our toast. Let's go grab some snacks real quick. Not sure where Mr. H is going to take us today. Maybe someplace warm. Maybe we're going to do the truck. I'm not sure what we're doing. Let's just go with it.
Well, actually, what do they want? Do they want the truck or the snack shack? Either way.
I don't know. What do you guys want to see? Are you in the mood for the truck, or do you want to do a snack shack warm type of place? He wants me to ask you guys. Oh boy, let's see. Oh, Heather's going to attempt the Fair Isle beanie. That means manual cranking. Yeah, that'll warm you up. Those Centro and Addy machines will warm you up, get those arms moving. You know, think about the arms. You know, you're doing muscles for right here. So yeah, it'll keep you nice and fit too. They should have one that you can do with your feet, like a bicycle pedal, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Because you can exercise while you're knitting. Hey, that's a good invention, right? Snack chat. Lisa wants snack chat. All right, let's take it over to the snack chat and get our snacks really quick because we want to go ahead and get started today. So go ahead and grab your snacks. We've got everything out there for you. Go ahead and grab anything that you need. No pushing and shoving. Everyone just make a line. You're all in the nice warm beach. Just picture it that way. And you're going to grab any snack that you want. We even have like some Lunchable stuff there too if you're interested in getting some lunch stuff.
Don't feed the dolphins.
Yes, don't feed the dolphins. Don't worry, we cannot feed the dolphins.
Deliveries will have to come out.
Yeah, drone deliveries will be available, sure. We can do that. That way you don't have to leave your house. And they'll just be sent over to your house. So go ahead and get something nice and warm. Anything that you want, it's all available. Even healthy stuff is out there. So anything that you want, go ahead and grab it. Okay, we're ready to go. We've got a lot to do. So today I thought it would be fun to do something a little Christmas. Since my mom got me 100% into the Christmas mode, I thought we'd start off by making these really cute coasters, okay? This is one that I made last night, and we're going to go ahead and do a couple more. So these are some coasters that you can get from Embroidery Library, and they're really cute. And this is kind of the large one. There is a smaller size that you can get. I did this with a 5x7 hoop. So let's go ahead. I'm going to bring it over. Let me move a couple of things over. Whoops, almost lost my supplies there. I'll bring this over to the camera. There we go. So this is the little coaster. There's two sizes that are available. One is about a 4-inch size. It's, I think, 3.78, and then the other one is 4.78, so about 5-inch. So it's a really nice size. This is the larger one. I did do this with my 5x7 hoop, so you don't need a big hoop to do it. But you can also use these as coasters, which is great. Or what you can do is you can punch a little hole and have this as an ornament. And what I like about this, when you turn it around, it has the nice stitch on the back. And another thing that you can do, if you have in Brilliance, you can also add some names or some messages. It gives you a nice solid blank canvas here. And so because of that, you can put anything you want on the back side. If you have an additional design that maybe you like, some little birds, a little holly over here, any decorative design, or maybe you want to do a frame. You know, they have those circle frames with some leaves and things like that. You can put that on the back end, maybe add somebody's name, maybe in terms of their memory. One thing that you can do on here, and it doesn't tell you to do it, is to add some batting. So this one, it's pretty flat here, right? You can kind of move it around. It's very flexible, but it doesn't tell you to add any batting. And I maybe would want to put some batting in there. You know, this is a coaster, and I think it's good, but I really would like to see a little bit of batting in that little area there. So a couple different, they have a different way of doing the steps when you're putting this together. It's a little bit different from what I have seen from other sites. So I thought this would be an interesting one to do. It's just not going to be just a regular coaster, because the technique of how they put it together is a little bit different of what I've seen from other designers out there. So I thought it was pretty interesting, and I wanted to give it a try. So I thought this would be pretty cool. Let's see. Can Nancy say where I got the design? How do I say? Embroidery. It's Embroidery Library. When you type in their URL is elib or EM Library, right? I think it is. And I keep calling it elib Library, but it's Embroidery Library is the name. And I always remember the URL. That's what you're typing in all the time. So yeah, but Embroidery Library is where you can find it. They've got all different ones. So they have a pack that you can get with different birds on there, or you can get just the single design, and I think they run about $2 for each design, or you can get the entire set, which is like about $6, $7, something like that. But it's on the site, and I believe they're on sale, so you'll have the opportunity to use that sale price for you. But they have all kinds of different birds, different colors, so I think it's really cute the way you can change up the bird. They have blue, they have red, and they have different types of birds, right? So this one has a little cardinal sitting on the snowman's nose, and they have all different birds that they change up, and they're looking different directions as well. Other thing that you can do if you have in Brilliance, if you want it to change the direction and mirror this, you can do that as well. Have the little bird facing the other way. So it's just little tips here and there that you can do to change this up. But I just really love that you have all this blank space, and it's nice and filled in here with a beautiful satin stitch, and then you can kind of put anything you want here if you have in Brilliance. Now, drawbacks. What didn't I like about this? Well, it's a little bit different from any technique that I've seen before, but what I really didn't like is if you kind of, and you don't really see it on the camera here, and you don't see it too much on the back, maybe a little bit, because it doesn't have any batting or anything. I didn't think about cleaning up my threads in the back, and let me see if I can bring it really close. Maybe you guys can see some straggler threads on the inside here. Can you see that red and blue thread right here? You have to kind of be a little careful, because if you don't clean up your back, because it doesn't tell you to put any batting, so you see all of the threads coming through. But you can just take a piece of batting and put the batting in there, and then you'll be totally fine. And that would make this a little bit more plush. So I like the idea of putting in a little bit of batting in between, but definitely really cute, really nice design. You can make it as an ornament. You can keep it as a coaster. You can even just put it as little designs going around, right? So really nice, really flexible, and pretty easy to do. So let's get started on how we were putting this together. Okay, so you can print out the instructions from the site. They do tell you, and they give you some instructions here. Couple of things that you can do differently on here, and I will tell you what to do. But when you purchase the design, it will come with 3 different files. They have, of course, your embroidery file. In this case, I'm using a Brother machine. Brother and Baby Lock uses .pes as the embroidery file. So it all depends what type of machine you have, right? So they'll have all of the embroidery files out there, but it'll also include 2 additional files for you, and they call them Dieline files. And Dieline files are just something like this that you can print out. I can find them here. You can print them out. If you have Embrilliant, very easy. Just go ahead and open up the file, bring it into Embrilliant, and print it out. That's all you got to do. If you don't have Embrilliant, the instructions themselves give you a bunch of different options of what you can do to print it out. And basically, at the end of the day, all it is a template. That's all it is. It's just a template for you to be able to cut out your circles. So I went ahead and I printed out. Now there's 2 different sizes, like I told you. This is, and excuse the printing here, we're having printer issues, so just don't mind all the little black lines and things here. It's not looking too great. Oh yeah, that's the embroidery machine. Okay, Mr. H is still having one of those days too.
Having one of those days. Yeah.
All right, so over here on the side, just ignore this right here. This is really what you are looking at. It's basically, this is the 3 and 13 by 16 inch one, and then you have the 4 13 by 16 inch. So you can see the difference in the size. These are the 2 that they give you, or you can purchase one size only, the size that you need, or you can purchase both of them. Honestly, I looked at the pricing of it, and it's just, I just buy them both. It's not that much of a huge difference, and why not just have an extra size? Because you never know when you're going to use it, right? Save Mr. H. Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go. Yeah, save Mr. H. Pow pow for you. All right, so we're gonna do this big size here, and basically what we're gonna do with this is we are gonna go ahead and print these out. So once you print out these files, again, they're called Dieline files, and you may see in the instructions they refer to Dieline a couple of times in the instructions. This is exactly what they're talking about, right? So it's basically a template. So once you print that out, the idea is for you to take this template and they want you to cut it out. They want you to cut out the circle piece here. So go ahead and cut that out. And once you have that cut out, what they tell you to do is to go ahead and get some basting spray. And here we have some basting spray here. What they want you to do is to spray your template, the back of your template, to some fabric. Now we're going to be using white on white fabric. I've used this fabric before and still have lots of it, so I'm going to go ahead and make use of it. Yeah, you did it again. Okay. Save Mr. H. He did it again. Focus. Stay with me here. Stay with me.
It's the minutes.
Am I going too fast for you? Okay, we're good. You already got your coffee. I gave you coffee this morning.
Oh, joy.
I don't know. Okay, so here we are. We've got the white on white fabric, and the white on white fabric that I have has these little dots, represents like little snowflakes. I think they're really cute, so I think it would be perfect for this type of a design. You don't want to have a fabric that is very busy and has a big background, because you have all this embroidery going on. Now if you wanted to, What you could do on the back side is you can have a design that's maybe Christmassy and use some type of another design that, you know, I don't know, like has Grinch or some Christmas type of fabric. You could use that on the background here, and that would be really nice because it'll be something a little different and it'll be kind of two-tone. So you could do that as well. So I went ahead and kept it real simple. I left it both white on both the front and the back. And so I went ahead and I cut out my template, and you can see it here. The instructions then tell you to spray baste the back of your template. So you're spraying the back of this piece of paper right here to your fabric, okay? And you want to do the back of your fabric, not the front of your fabric, okay? And then all you're going to do is take a rotary cutter and you're going to cut all the way around, cutting out your fabric to the size of your template. Now, when you're cutting that out, there's a couple things that you can do. You're going to have all kinds of rotary cutters that you can use. Most people will use the 45 millimeter because that's just what they use all the time. However, when you're cutting out circles like this and really intricate designs, it's really nice to have a 28 millimeter. And that's what these really small ones are for. And I really like using these types of rotary cutters because they really allow you to really get in and do an intricate cut all the way around. And it's really helpful for you to be able to see that blade all the way through. It makes it so much easier to handle and make that curve. So if you have a 28 millimeter rotary cutter, you don't usually have a lot of options to use them, but when you are doing intricate cuts like these, take them out because they make it so much easier for you to do. So go ahead and cut it with that little 28 millimeter. Matter of fact, this is a 28 millimeter rotary cutter that I got from the Missouri Star Christmas box this year. So if you caught me on Saturday, we were opening up gifts from the Missouri Star Christmas box, and that was a lot of fun to do. And I'll be doing that every Saturday this month until we get through all of the gifts. Can you use a ScanNCut to cut out the circle? Absolutely. Absolutely, but you need to make sure that you have your measurements down right, okay? Make sure you're cutting it to the size, because then when you bring it to your embroidery machine, it's going to do that satin stitch. So you want to make sure you're capturing it and you have it centered correctly. So, yeah, absolutely you can do that. That is, if you're not into cutting with your rotary cutter, have hand issues, things like that, definitely you want to go ahead and do it with your ScanNCut. Or if you use a pair of scissors, you can do that as well if that makes it a little bit easier for you. So a lot of different options. Yay for Saturdays. Yeah, a lot of people enjoyed it on Saturdays. It's a little bit more relaxed and I don't have to rush through things. And we can kind of stay on as long as we need to until we get everything done, which is great. But, you know, during the week I have to run and get off to work. So I do have my time limits. But anyway, okay, so I went ahead and I cut my fabric, the front, and then you're going to also do the back. So you have two different templates. Now, are they the front? They give you two different files, the front and the back. They're the same exact size. So if you want to save yourself some paper, you only need to cut one out. Now, instead of spray basting my paper to the fabric, the other thing that I did is I ended up pinning it. I just pinned the paper to the fabric. I didn't want to use spray base. I didn't want to spray. If there's any chance that I have that I don't have to use the spray, I'm going to take it. I don't like to spray a lot, but this, it works really well. Just go ahead and pin it, hold it down. If you have a you have rotating mat, you can go ahead and use that, and that'll help you bring it all the way around. But once you pin it to the paper, it's fine. It's not going to move. I didn't have any issues cutting it as well. So that's what I did for those two. So I'm going to go ahead and head over to my embroidery machine, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it, well, not have it turned on. I have the file all loaded up and ready to go. But what I do need to do is hoop a piece of stabilizer to my hoop so that I can kind of do the first step. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Just grab a piece of tearaway stabilizer is what it's going to use. Okay, so go ahead and grab yourself a piece And I just kind of wing it. I don't really measure anything. I just kind of grab a piece of tearaway, put it on top of my hoop, and just make sure that it's, you know, covering the whole thing. And so I've got my bottom hoop right here. Let me move this over and scoot this couple of things out of the way. Here we go. Okay, so my bottom hoop is there, and can we do the overhead? There we go. I got my bottom hoop here, and I'm going to scoot over. Me. I'm too fast for him. I don't know. I didn't even have coffee this morning. All I've had is water so far. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my top hoop, and I'm going to go ahead and press that down. And let me make sure that I have my hoop open, because I had it closed. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and put this in place. So nothing really special on, you know, putting your tearaway in. Just go ahead and pop that in place. Make sure it is nice and taut, and then go ahead and screw it in to make it tight. For those of you who have the nice fancier hoops, you don't have to do this twisting here, but I'm just using the regular hoop that comes with the machine. Nothing special about the hoop. So, and it's exactly all you need for this project. So go ahead and hoop that, and then we're going to go ahead and put this over in the embroidery machine. And let me just put this in here. Now, this is about a 30-minute project, and the very first step is to go ahead and put in a darker thread. It kind of represents a brown thread. And I'm going to go ahead, I have my white bobbin in place, but towards the end of the project, when we are doing the satin stitch that goes all the way around, I am going to switch out my bobbin to a darker color. So let me go ahead and start this off. It's going to put in the placement line, and then I am going to grab my fabric, and I'm going to get my fabric ready to place it down. So it's going to go ahead, that's doing the placement line, and it's about to finish here. And then as soon as that does that, I'm going to have my fabric ready to go. Okay, and so this is my template here, and you can see it fits perfectly all around. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off. What you're going to want to do here at this point, it wants you to spray baste the back of your fabric so that it can stay in place. If you're not a fan of the spray basting like I am, you can use HeatnBond if you wanted to, and go ahead and do that instead. I'm just going to go ahead. I just did a tiny bit, and I'm not too happy where that is. There we go. That's a little bit better. So go ahead. Whoops. Did I do the wrong side? Yeah, I did. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I can't see. Let me get up here. Sorry, guys. I won't give you a... Oh, you're looking at the embroidery camera. I just didn't want to give you my backside.
You want to show your backside?
No, I don't. See, that's spray based. I'm just not a fan of using it. You can use HeatnBond. I did a tiny bit of spray base, but I only did it right here on the center. The whole point of the spray base is just to get it to, you know, anchor in, just, you know, because now you're just going to do another stitch. It's going to be a zigzag stitch that's going to go all the way around. It's going to anchor it together. So you just need a little bit just to hold it in place to make sure it doesn't move around on you, which I think it's totally fine. So let's go ahead and have it do the stitch. As now, just make sure that your fabric is inside that circle and you're not completely off. You could be off just a little bit and you'll have an opportunity to kind of trim it down later. But I would just go ahead and watch it. Just make sure it doesn't move around on you. And then just let it do its thing. It's just anchoring down the fabric to the stabilizer. And make sure that you are doing this with right side up on your fabric. So we're going to be doing everything here is right side up. And then later on, we're going to be putting in the back of the fabric on the back of the hoop. Okay. Yeah, Marina says she hates the fumes from the spray. Yeah, me too. Can you use a glue stick? Well, technically you could, but I wouldn't recommend it because it could gum up your needle. And you know, it's not really made for embroidery machines to do that. So I did use just a little bit of spray. I think the best thing is to just use some HeatnBond. And then what I would do is take the hoop off the machine after it's done that placement line, put some HeatnBond on the back of the fabric, and then just go to your little mini iron and just tack it down with the HeatnBond onto the stabilizer, and just do that lightly. You don't have to cover the entire circle. You just need to have a little bit just to hold it in place. That's really all you need. And that's it. So you can see here, it's done the zigzag stitch. So now that is anchored down and it's ready now for me to go ahead and change the color of my thread. And so the first color change is going to be for a bright red. It's going to start stitching out the nose. So I'm going to go ahead and change my thread color. And so you always want to do a little knot and then go ahead and bring your threads. So I'll go ahead and raise my presser foot, and now I can pull my thread from the bottom. The little knot will come through with the red thread attached here. And that's the best way to go ahead and change your threads on your machine, because you do not want to pull it from the top, because you can damage the tensions right here. So you want to make sure that you have that nice and ready to go. Okay, so I've got my red thread. I'm going to go ahead and have it get started on that. That's about a 2-minute stitch. And so that will now start to stitch out the nose. And so you'll see that kind of coming together. Now, the one thing about this design, the main thing that I think is important for you to do is just after every color change, you're going to have some jump stitches. Go ahead and cut the jump stitches, because this is a very open, airy design, and you don't want your jump stitches to get caught up underneath the threads. So for this particular design, after each stitch is completed, just go ahead and check. It doesn't have a ton of jump stitches. It's just like 1 or 2 after every one. It's really not that bad, but go ahead and cut them before you go to the next step, because what ends up happening if you don't cut the jump stitch, it's going to get underneath the prior thread, and then it's going to be harder to take out, and it could distort your design just a little bit. So go ahead and do that. Oh, good morning. You're new to the channel from Texas. Oh, awesome. Well, thank you for joining. Yay. Awesome. Well, we've got our little community here, and we love newcomers. So say hello. Yay. Oh, Heather says she's a rebel. She uses a glue stick on many of her projects. You can, yeah. You don't have gummy nail. With time, it can gum up. I mean, depending on your project. If it's a short little project, you can probably just get away with it. But when you have those larger projects and you're gumming up that needle with that glue stick, it could dry up on your needle, and it could, you know, with time distort. So keep an eye on your needle if you are going to use the glue stick, but I don't recommend it. I would like to kind of keep it clean and just, you know, I just do too many things to, you know, have things gum up on me. Less problems, the better. Yay, everyone's welcome to the group. Awesome, awesome. Okay, our little nose has stopped stitching, and you can see here, can you guys see that a little bit here? We do have a jump stitch here, so I'm going to go ahead and snip it off. There's a couple different scissors that you can use to snip off your jump stitches. I'm just grabbing any one here. And then I have to do yet another color change, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And let's see. This second color is a little bit of a copper type look to it, I think. Very cute. So let's go ahead and change that. Okay, raise my presser foot and pull my thread from the bottom, and then go ahead and cut. All right, now this is just going to add a little bit of a bronzy type look to the nose. Uh-oh, I see where we went wrong here. Hold on, we've got a little issue. Let's go ahead and check this here. Did it come up? Yeah. We're going to have to check this one out. Looks like I need to rethread here a little bit. Okay, it did kind of come off. Did it too loose, I guess. Okay, let's try this one more time. All right, much better. Okay, guess she's good now. There she goes. So it's going to put a little bit of a bronzy type of look on the nose, and you can see on the actual coaster, you don't see too much of a bronze, but you can see a little bit of that color change within the nose. So it's just kind of giving it a little bit of an extra textured type look. So that's what it's doing on that part here. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to start stitching out the blue next. So I'll get that thread ready. And we'll see what we're going to have next. So again, with the basting spray, HeatnBond, some options. When you're cutting, I use pins instead of spraying it. It just makes it so much easier for me. And I don't have to deal with all those fumes, right? So it makes me a little bit concerning when that happens. All right, it's ready to go. So far it is looking good. As you can see, it's not too many jump stitches on here. It's really a pretty easy stitch. It takes about 30 minutes for the entire thing to stitch out. For us, it'll take a little longer because we're kind of talking through the steps as we go too. So I'm hoping I get to finish this off with you guys. Okay, oops, sorry for bumping the camera there. All right, so now it's going to go ahead and stitch out a little bit of the eyes and a little bit of the side of the snowman. So it's going to run through that. Not going to do too much here. And then we're going to, it actually is separating, which is a nice part about this design. It has a lot of stops to it. So right now I am embroidering with the blue thread, but then it's going to stop and it's going to, the next step on the machine is with the exact same thread color. And so you're asking, well, why would it do a stop there? And it's just to give you the opportunity to cut the threads, right? So you really want to go ahead and cut your threads on this part especially. So here, I'm going to use my other one that I normally use to cut my threads here. You want to get these out of the way especially. And I think they put in the stop in this particular step just so that you can do that. And then just go ahead, once you've cut those threads, go ahead and hit start again because you're using the exact same thread color, which I thought was a little bit odd, you know, and I thought, is that a mistake? You know, when I first did that, just because usually you're changing your threads and that's why you're stopping. But they actually stopped the machine so that you can cut those threads, because if not, they would get caught up in between the design and it'll be really difficult to get it out after. Not that it can't be done, it can be done, it's just going to cause you more problems. So it's easier to just get it done and get it out of the way. Okay, so now it's going to do a couple more pieces to kind of accent the face, and you can see it's going to start pulling it together. It's going to start looking like the little snowman in just a little bit. And then the next thread color that I have to set up is just a Peruvian blue, they call it. So we'll see, it's just a little bit of a different, darker colored blue, and it just kind of gives a little bit of offset to it. Okay, so let's see. Oh, you just got your design, yay! Yeah, lots of things that you can do with these too. Coasters, ornaments, I mean, little hot pads even, right? So they're just mini ones. It's nice if you have your table all set up, you can kind of sprinkle these around the table. It'll add extra decor to your little snowman table setup, right? Wouldn't that be cute? So it just adds a little bit extra to your design. Alrighty, so let's see. It is almost done here. And it's going to ask me for yet another color change any minute now. I'm getting my thread ready for that. Almost there. And then we have some threads to cut as well on here. So let's go over and do that. Looks like it is ready. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab my thread and change this out really quick. Okay, and let's see what we have to cut here. A couple of jump stitches here and there. Might have to get in here. Okay, couple more here. And I think there's one more right here. Now on here in the end, there's a couple times you're going to be cutting on this side. So just don't forget to get that bottom pieces right here. I think that's about it. So now let's go ahead and raise this and change out the thread. Hold that out. There we go. And we're ready to go with another color. Awesome. Okay, are you keeping up with me here?
I'm trying.
All right, good. Good job. Save Mr. H. Good job. There we go. Yeah, be cute on a t-shirt. Yeah, you can definitely use this. Remember, you have the front design. You could use this if you think about a pocket, maybe a little pocket. You can use the smaller size and maybe a pocket on a t-shirt. This would be a little cute pocket, right? You could do that. Or you could just do it on a t-shirt, on a baby onesie. Really cute design on a baby onesie, right? It's small enough that you could do it on there as well, right? Or just maybe make it a little patch. You can use it as a patch and then just put that on anything, right? Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's go back over here. And we've got a couple more jump stitches to go ahead and cut. So let me just grab my little thread cutter here. This one has like a little hook on the end, so it makes it a little bit easier for me to grab the thread, especially these really small tight places right here. Makes it really easy for me to cut that. Now you're gonna have one here that's gonna blend in. You see that blue thread blending in with the red? You wanna get that one out of there because you don't want the nose picking that one up. Okay, all right, it's looking good so far. So we're gonna move over to a red thread color here. Let's see, is it red? No, actually it's not red. It's going to be kind of that copper color again. So we're going back to that. So let me cut this thread, change this thread real quick. This is where those of you with a 10 needle are all laughing and saying, oh yay, they don't have to change the threads because they got the 10 needle. And this stitch out will probably be done in no time because they don't have to change out the threads all the time. So yeah, a little bit easier for you, a little bit more difficult for us, but that's okay. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's change out the thread color here. Put that foot down, cut that. Love that automatic needle threader. It's the best thing. Now this one's gonna stitch out for about 4 minutes. So we'll go ahead and let it do its thing there. And this is another thread change where the machine is going to stop 3 times and it'll allow you to cut off those jump stitches. But it's the same exact thread color, so don't think that it's incorrect. It is the same thread color. You're just going to do it 3 times and it gives you the opportunity to cut those jump stitches before you get to the next step. So go ahead and do that. But yeah, these are the little snips that I like to use. They have a little hook on them. It just makes things so much easier, guys. Amazon, go ahead and grab them. They really make things easy. Because of that little hook, I'm able to kind of grab the thread, and then all you do is press it and it will snip it right off. And it's a little bit easier, or you could just use any kind of small scissors. You've got the curved ones, which you really don't need, but I have it out anyway, so I thought I'd just use it. You have smaller scissors that you can use. With the little fine tip is what you want. You just want to make sure that this is nice and sharp. That way you can grab and snip those little threads out of the way. Okay. So far on all of these steps, I have white bobbin in there. Remember, if you are doing this as a coaster, or you're doing this as a design that's going to have the back showing, then you definitely want to change out your bobbin thread in the last 2 steps, because you want to make sure that the bobbin in the back is not going to show white. You want it to show all dark. So I did put in a black bobbin thread, and that worked out just fine for me. Let's see, it's about 4 minutes for this design to stitch out, and then you've got 2 more steps that one is 3 minutes, and then the rest are about 1 minute. So we just might make it on time, not sure. Let's see how quickly we can get this done. So it's stitching away, but yeah, all kinds of ideas that you can make with this, right? The idea is a coaster. It's sold as a coaster, but you can make it as an ornament. You can make it as a patch. You can put it on a onesie, right? I mean, how cute would that be for a baby onesie, right? Or maybe on a bib, or a little baby blanket, or if you're just making a little blanket with all kinds of little stitch outs. You can make these stitch outs and just not stitch the round, right? You could just stitch the snowman and the bird and not have this, right? You can just make it that you don't have the circle going around, and you're just have the snowman and the bird. And if you get the pack from them, then it'll have several different birds, and you can kind of put them on a blanket all around and just have it like a winter blanket. Wouldn't that be cute? Yeah, you love the design. You think you purchased it last year and you never stitched it out. Oh, yeah, I don't know exactly when the design came out. They had it in their new section, so I don't know. But, you know, they can reuse designs, and you can just tweak it just a little bit and change things up, right? If you don't like the circle, you can get a frame, right? You can get if you look at the embroidery designers out there, you can purchase a frame. And if you get a frame, you can just not stitch out the satin stitch on the end. You can just leave it, and then you can put your own frame around it. You just have to do it in Embrilliance, and you have to make sure that it's going to, you know, be able to go around the entire thing. So another idea that you can do with this particular design. If you have something circular, maybe a placemat or something like that, you can kind of put it on the edge to make it look like it's peeking through. And again, do not stitch out the satin stitch around it. Just have this design alone. Okay, that's another thing that you can do, just have it peeking out from different corners, right? So you can definitely do that. Okay, looks like this part is done. So I'm going to grab my snips again, and we're going to go ahead and cut off our jump stitches here. So you've got a big jump stitch. You want to make sure you get that one out of the way. That's pretty much the only one. So again, gives you the opportunity to cut out that jump stitch, because that's really important. It's a very open design, very flary. So you can see stitches underneath. It's not a really dense fill stitch. So you want to make sure that all of those jump stitches are not going to show through the design. So make sure you go ahead and cut that. I can't stress that enough, because it can ruin your design. You don't want to have a piece of thread in the back. Can you get it out? Yes, you can, but it's going to be really difficult for you to do without you cutting another thread and ruining the design. So please, please, please make sure you are cutting those jump stitches. And some designs you could get away with not cutting a jump stitch here and there because the fill stitch will go on top of it and just fill it in. But in this particular design, it's very open. It's not very dense, so you will see it coming through. So you want to make sure that you do that. Okay, looks like it's doing the outline. It's got like another 3 minutes. And the fun part about this one is it's very interesting because it's using the exact same thread to kind of enhance the body of the bird. So let's go over to the desk cam and take a look at that body of the bird. Do you see how this body right here in the middle, it's very light? That was the very first step that we did. Now it's doing the second step. So what it's doing, it's filling in this bottom piece here using the exact same thread color. It's filling in that bottom and it's making it look like there's another thread, but it's actually the same thread. It's just making it more dense. So you can see how how dense you can make a design can really enhance the effects of the look of it. So it's really interesting how they use that. You know, you're using the same thread color, you're just changing the density of the design, and you can see how that can accent really certain pieces of it, which I thought was pretty neat. And they do that several times on this design. So pretty neat on that. Okay. All right, so let's see where we are. It's just about done on this one. Let's see, it's doing the tail end now. So one more time, it's going to have a jump stitch. You saw how it just moved over to the tail. So it's going to go ahead and it's going to finish that one out. We've got a couple of 1 minute stitches, but we're really getting to the end. Oh gosh, guys, sorry, we are running out of time and I do have to run out the door. Okay, what we're going to do, I'm going to let it finish stitching out this step. I'm going to leave it exactly where it is, and tomorrow we're going to pick up on this and we're going to finish this off, and I'll show you what to do with the bottom, the bobbin pieces. All right, guys, so sorry, guys. I was hoping we would be able to finish it, but we'll just continue this tomorrow and we'll see the results and see different things that we can do. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you spending your hour with me. Yes, keep nice and warm, guys. Sorry we didn't get to finish it, but we'll finish it tomorrow. I'm going to leave my machine exactly the way it is so you can pick it up, and we'll pick up where we left off tomorrow. Again, thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I hope to be crafting with you soon. Bye, everyone.
Yes.
So long for now, so long. Glad you stayed a while. Hope you liked my crafting style. Hope I left you with a smile. By now, keep your mind and space clutter-free. Hope your day is bright as can be. So long, my friends, till we craft once again. Bye now, stay crafting. See you tomorrow. So long, my friends, till we craft once again.